Hello everyone and welcome to pre-season testing of Tier 2, newly formed as of a couple of weeks ago. Up to 18 people driving today. Alex, if you want to take us through the track map of Austria.
Yes, guys, this is probably a really exciting time if you are going to watch our Tier 2 consistently. We are now going to find out the true pace of all these drivers in the race today. This is just a pre-season race, no points will go towards it, but we will see how this pans out and maybe the order is going to finish at the end of the season. But let's go for the track map, shall we? Austria can be a tricky track, as we know, but on paper it looks easy. Shouldn't think that when you look at some of the curbs around here. Anyway, turn 1. Yet again, the curbs on the exit is pretty difficult and you just don't want to be hitting them. Could be track limits easily and could spin your car out. DRS wide open, wounded out round turn 2. Now into turn 3, pretty tricky again. Don't want to get on the power too early, as you will spin out and go to the barriers, which is not great. Then DRS wide open to turn 4. My favourite corner actually is turn 4. I really enjoy it for overtaking. And it's nice smooth on exit into turn 5. Turn 6 and turn 7. Very fast corners. Very fast indeed. I love these corners actually. Second favourite. Easily goes to turn 7. And into turn 8. That exit is crucial. The traction into turn 9. And the fast of turn 10 to round out your lap in Austria.
Well, on to qualifying. Let's see what all the drivers can do. Round about with Kid Red Bull on his outlap.
Yeah, let's go. Let's see how this pans out. I am excited to see where these drivers and how their pace is compared to each other.
Copper Coin
then we just share screen.
Yeah. Copper Coin previously of Tier 1. Now in Tier 2, let's see if he can top the standings. It's looking like a lot of confidence from Matzy going into the first pre-season race. There we go.
Yeah, very exciting. As you said, Copper Coin used to be a driver in Tier 1. Took the move into Tier 2, trying to get maybe a podium and high up the grid, just to make it more enjoyable. But yeah, here we go then. Copper Coin, take it away. We've seen Copper Coin before. Good, decent pace, very clean racer. But let's see where Copper Coin can get this Aston Martin car. Now, tricky track. Don't want to be taking the curbs in turn 3. Let's see how much Copper Coin braves it nicely on exit actually. Nice does it. Not a lot of VRS though, I've got to say, which is a bit of a shock. Maybe forgot to turn it off on the outlap, but the straights are over now and probably won't need it as much now. But Copper Coin, pretty clean lap. The banker lap might be crucial going into latter stages of qualifying because you never know what's going to happen there. You might get blocked, and this could be just your overall best lap. Let's see how Copper Coin finishes around these final 2 corners. Turn 9, fast on entry and exit into a lot slower turn 10, but gets it done well. DRS wide open and across the line. Copper Coin puts it on provisional pole, 106.6. How are we going to get faster than that? Crash Gene lines up behind Genator. Ooh, that's a decent lap, a 105.5, 1.1 seconds clear of the Aston Martin of Copper Coin, and pulls over just to get out of traffic, I'm guessing. But Icky Robbo puts it in P2, and Leo is starting lap 2. Epic Toast comes across the line and is starting a lap now, I'm pretty sure. And let's see where this Ferrari of Leo can put this Ferrari. Ferrari has been doing very well in Tier 1 at the moment as Mizzy 104.9. That is a very strong lap from the Red Bull of Mizzy, and really putting up the challenges for pole position. That is a great lap time, got to say. 6/10 to Genator behind. But Leo hasn't been hitting the apexes as smooth as you would like, but as I said, Ferrari could do very well in Tier 1 at the moment. There's back-to-back wins for Jamal at the moment. But let's focus on Tier 2 now. Leo, in pre-season, let's see where he can put that car and across the line. Puts it in P8 to 106.7. Pretty well bunched up pack at the moment from P9 all the way to P5, I'd say. I think we're going to have another good, interesting fight for the midfield, definitely. There's Chris W. is rounding out the final 2 corners. Rounds out onto the curb. Nicely does it. Chris W. DRS wide open. Chris W. puts it in P10. Nicely does it. Still got another 6 drivers to get a lap in. But interesting to see where they do line up alongside others. There's Crash Dean. Decent sector 2 by the looks of it. Currently in P7. And I think they are coming into the pit lane. Who do you think is the one to watch today, Ben?
I'm excited to see what Brodo can do in the Red Bull. Let's see what he can do with his lap time. Obviously, Chris W. Been excited in the Discord server to see what he can produce in that Mercedes. Brodo into P6. But I think Mizzy is the one to watch, really. Obviously, provisional pole by 6/10 so far. Currently in the pits, see what he can do on his second lap. As we will ride on board with take your pick.
Let's go with the McLaren of Spule. Let's see. I've been validated as soon as I said that.
Kev Slice, 3/10 up.
Kev Slice. Let's see where he can put it. He's surely top 10 with 3/10. That would maybe put him in P8. Let's see. Rounds out the final corner. DRS wide open. Kev Slice in the McLaren. Puts it in P8. That's a nice lap time. P8. That is very good for the McLaren. And I'm guessing they'll be pretty pleased with that top 10 place. Let's see if they can maintain it and go forward.
Addy Busy just starting his next lap. See what we can do in the AlphaTauri. Deploying all the battery he can. Turn 3, crucial corners.
I think both the AlphaTauris actually attacked it, trying to just get a bit of a slipstream from one another. As I'll be busy. Probably could have got a bit more off the McLaren there. But yeah, as you said, Mizzy in the Red Bull looking very, very quick. As you know, Mizzy has been doing practice sessions with the Tier 1 Red Bull family. And doing pretty well, I've got to say, by the looks of it. So it's looking good for Mizzy's future career in FZR Racing. That's the purple sector 2 for the AlphaTauri of Abby Busy. Now rounds out turn 9 into the final corner of turn 10. Nicely does it. DRS wide open and across the line. Puts it in P3. That's a good lap time from Addy Busy in the AlphaTauri. Both the AlphaTauris are looking pretty similar and pretty matched on their lap times. P3 and P4 for them. It's looking pretty quick for the AlphaTauri crew.
Yeah, thank you to someone in the chat who put the Tier 1 pole time. Tier 1 pole time was a 1:04.327. Mizzy currently on a 1:04.9. Let's see what he can do on his second lap. Right on board with Epic Toast.
Yeah, Epic Toast wants to look to get a good banker lap time in for them. They've still got another 2 tyre compounds to go off, fresh sets. So let's see how Epic Toast does on their first qualifying lap today. Puts it in P4. That's a pretty good lap time for the Ferrari. Beating their teammate by quite some margin. But splits the AlphaTauris, and it's a good lap time so far. Let's see how they improve going forward.
This is who we want to watch. Mizzy on his out lap. Let's see how much, if he can extend his lead at the top on provisional pole.
Yeah, I think he surely will. Definitely good enough if he keeps consistency for Tier 1 at the end of the season. I'm pretty sure the top 3 is it get promoted. So we'll see who that is by the end of the season. Got a lot of many different standing rules, but we'll see by the end of the season how this pans out, as the midfield battle is looking very, very close. Got to say, a 10th up from Izzy. I think that is mainly just turn 1. Must have got a better one there. But DRS wide open from Izzy. Looking the formidable force in the Red Bull, as they have been in Tier 1-2. Let's see how they do. Mizzy in the Red Bull. His teammate is quite some margin behind. Gonna want to improve too. But Mizzy, all eyes on you. Pole position can be yours. 6/10 up. Wow, he's really got comfortable with this car, this setup, and oof, the pressure what must be on him right now. But rounds out the final 2 corners. Looks very, very clean lap from Mizzy. Oh, track limits
on the final corner. It was looking set to beat Tier 1 pole position time 1:04.327, but the final corner just takes him out of contention. Still on provisional pole though, with his banker lap.
That is very unlucky for Mizzy in the Red Bull, and gonna want to look to get that lap time in on a fresh set, I'm guessing. Probably could do it on a U set, but Rebel Chaser in the Williams, currently in P6. If Rebel Chaser can gain 2/10, that might put him in P2. It's just really how close it is today from P6. I mean, from all the way to from P8 to P2, only a few tenths is the margin. Gaining 400, trying to get every single 10th, 100th, 1000th out of every corner, every exit, every curb. He's got to take it right. He's probably got another one in these tyres if he can possibly do it. Crosses the line, doesn't improve, stays in P6.
Icky then, 2 3/4 tenths up on his previous lap time. Let's see where he can put this car. Is it going to be P6, P7 if he gets the final corner right? Into P9.
It's a good lap time actually from Icky Robbo, and that is a pretty comfortable banker, I've got to say. If they can get into pits and get another lap in, they could actually find themselves in the top 5 easily by gaining a couple tenths, which is probably possible for Icky Robbo. So we're going to have to see going into the next runs. 6 minutes left on the clock, and the lap times are flowing in. There's Brodo. It's just invalidated. Stepped a bit too much over that curb. He wants to catch up to a teammate.
How about Crystal Blue?
Now Crystal Blue is going to want to improve. 107.6 won't be good enough for any top 10 position. Needs to gain about a second if they want a chance. 1.5 tenths up in sector 1. Decent gain at the moment. Needs to gain a few more tenths to get near the Alpine of Rick's Kiwi. So sector 2 is all important for Chris W. Let's see how he finds every corner. Gets on the power pretty late, I would say, out the corner, but pretty smoothly does it. Now into turn 6 and turn 7. Turns in nicely. On the power, on the curb quite nicely as well. But just can't find any time in that Mercedes and just stepped the limit there with the track limits, as Mizzy has just set a 104.5 on his used set of softs. That's on a used set. Let's see what I can do on a fresh set on the last runs of qualifying. He could probably save him for the race at this point. Just have to see.
The two Alpha Tauris working together very nicely, giving each other a tow on their flying laps. Great stuff from the two Alpha Tauri drivers.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, invalidates this lap. Kevlar Slice.
Kevlar Slice, currently in P3 actually. It's looking very good. He's got the exact same lap time as Gen 8 in P2. That is phenomenal. And look how close it is to the Alpha Tauri behind. That is unbelievable. That is the closest I've ever seen it between 3 drivers. 1,000th is split in between P3 and P4, and nothing is splitting between P2 and P3 as Kev Slice does back out on this lap. Over septic kind of on the curb. That is very close. That is the closest I've ever seen. Have we seen any closer than that before? Don't think so.
We have, especially not in Tier 1.
Nice.
Tier 1's closer. It's
Fight
quite
for
close.
the podium. Yeah, the fight for the podium is going to be huge. Even from P2 to P8, it's looking really, really close, and we're going to have to see in the race who does take the places. As Atom in P6 doesn't need to gain that much to get in P2, and it's all important every corner, especially around Austria, as there aren't that many of them. But DRS wide open and across the line does gain enough to get into P2, as Mizzy has retired from qualifying. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe he just thought he was getting pole easily, as Atom is in P2. That is a decent lap time, and that will do it. But it's still very close between him and the rest of the drivers behind him. We'll have to see later qualifying.
Yeah, thank you to everyone in the stream so far. I've got 12 people on Twitch, so thank you all for the support. We're posting the race results on our Instagram and Twitter, along with the highlights in the coming period or so. So make sure to follow us on there. Thank you for all tuning in.
Yeah, much appreciated, guys. It's got very close. It's got very close between them two drivers there.
Brodo, 10th up.
Yeah, Brodo's gonna want to improve by a few tenths to try and get involved in the top 10 battle, as it's very close. So every tenth does count, every corner does count, and every bit of ERS counts. But we're gonna see how it pans out for him today. As Brodo are now going into the final two corners now, turn 9 and turn 10, all critical. Let's see how fast he can take them. Got to say, pretty nice he does it. Only went off the power for not too long. Obviously no brakes are enabled in turn 9, but now across the line with DRS, puts it in P7. That is a very, very strong lap time from Brodo, and it just puts him just scarily in P7 for the rest of the drivers to try and chase. Kev Slice, Addy Busy and Epic Toast are all out on laps, right as we speak, and Genator, the big battle for P2 is on for Genator in P3. He's going to want to gain everything just to protect and give a cushion to that P2, and it doesn't look like Atom is coming back out for another lap. So I think Atom might be feeling a bit too confident, and maybe a bit too, as there's a lot of drivers out on laps right now. Round Austria, it can all go a bit crazy on the final lap. 3 tenths up, and it's a purple sector 2. That is a very, very fast sector 2 for Genator. Genator wants to grab P2 with both hands firmly for the end of qualifying. Genator, first tier 2 race we've ever seen. No points are going to be enabled. It is done in the pre-season, but they do put it in P2. What at 1.5 tenths gained is good enough for now. For now is the key words, as there's a few drivers now on laps are about to go on them. As you see some yellow flags going on around the track, but they all should be cleared. I think it's just people letting people by. But there's a few drivers now on flying laps, as Alfie sets a 105.5 and puts it in P4. Look how close it is from P4 to P6. That is so crazy. All pretty much identical lap times. Unbelievable. As Rebel Chaza is rounding out the final 2 corners of qualifying for him. Let's see if Rebel Chaza can stick it in the top 5. Rebel Chaza, DRS enabled, across the line, doesn't improve on their lap time. Is in P9 though, and hopefully will keep it. But Icky Robbo is on a lap in P11, so we'll have to see. Every corner is critical now for Icky Robbo in the Haas. See how he takes them. Now into turn 5, does it nicely, doesn't take as much curb on exit, doesn't get on the power that early, but very smooth from Icky Robbo into turn 6 and turn 7 on the curb, on entry, slightly down, but all is to gain in sector 3 if Icky Robbo wants to place in the top 10. Icky Robbo rounds out turn 9 and turn 10, went slightly wide in turn 9, maybe just doesn't have the downforce, and that has overstepped its margins quite a lot there. That is unlucky, and they did gain as well. I wouldn't have done anything anyway, but unlucky for Ikiwabo not to get a lap time in and show their pace. As that is qualifying over for Tier 2. First ever time we're going to see that, and I think the pace is pretty obvious as Mizzy is on pole.
Yeah, great stuff in the first qualifying of Tier 2. There is the final standings. So
Oof,
in the
that
chat,
is close.
let us know your early predictions, who you think will take the win of this race. And again, make sure to follow us on socials as we're posting the race results along with the highlights. Again, thank you for everyone who's tuned in so far.
The battle for that final podium place is going to be so close. It really is. Even P2. Generator is not clear at all. Just look how close it is. 9/10 is the gap to P1, of course. Mizzy is just looking very, very quick in the Red Bull. Nearly close to the Tier 1 lap time for pole there. But it is very, very close for the last podium place.
Who do you think is going to win?
Mizzy. 100%.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not going to say 100%. I'm going to say 60% because you never know. Crashes are imminent. I would say around Austria, a lot of overtaking zones, and if someone stayed in DRS, you never know what's going to happen. The race pace of the cars behind might be stronger. We've just got to see going into the race.
Yeah, exciting to see who will get off the line well, because that could be crucial.
Definitely.
Here we go then.
Yes.
Formation lap.
First formation lap of Tier 2 on this year's game. Let's see how it pans out. Got a few drivers rooting for Generator, I have heard, in the Alpine. Yeah, looking very good for Generator actually. The pace is there and looking quick. The final podium place. I mean, the battle is going to be very, very close, I've got to say, for these drivers. As there's your predicted pit stop strategy. Mediums to hards is what everyone's probably went for. The two-stop is brave, probably only will be enabled if there is a early safety car. But still, I think hards to mediums for Chris W is probably a smart option if there is no safety cars, of course. But yeah, I think we probably will have some team principals watching on as well. See how their junior drivers are doing and see how it's looking for their drivers going into the first season of Tier 2. There's Mizzy's rounding out the final corner. Who is your predicted podium, Ben?
Sorry about that. I think Mizzy, Alfie, and we'll go with Kev the Slice on the final podium spot.
As the final cars are lining up on the grids. Everyone getting in their grid positions nicely, it looks. Coppercoin didn't seem to have a comfortable qualifying in P13. Not great for them, but will want to gain in the race too. But there's a few drivers are struggling to get into their grid spots. But here we go then. The first pre-season we have ever seen in Tier 2. There's 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go for the first Tier 2 race we have seen. Now into turn 1. Mizzy seems to have it comfortable and calm and collected as Atom round the outside of Janator, does take P2. There's a lot of switching of positions behind. I think we do have both spinners, and I think it's a contact between both Aston Martins, but a good getaway for Mizzy as Atom is going down the inside at turn 3 and has done it well. It's all about the race to turn 5. Just can't do it. Janator seems to have the straight line speed. Nicer does it.
Ooh, contact
Janator
there between
in
the Alpha
Alpine.
Tauri and Mercedes, and they both spin.
That is a big, big crash at turn 5.
Fantastic start though for Mizzy, as expected. See what's going on behind.
Already gaps a second, has the Red Bull driver in tier 2. But Kevin Slice has put on the pressure and done a great job to get past the
More
drivers.
contact.
Oh!
3 spinners.
As that's a big, big crash between all them 3 drivers there, as they are looking to get back on track now. As I say, those doing well just collided. That invites Kevin Slice into P3.
Dicky then
Both of them
looking
McLarens.
to get past Devil.
As we see, his Kiwis had a good start. So if Chris W up at 8 positions in the first 2 laps today. Both McLarens have got away fantastically. Kevin Slice in P3 and SPK Devil in P6, up 6 positions. But yeah, all the top 5 have got away
Nice move
nicely.
from Atom there on Alfie. My podium prediction not going to plan.
It's definitely not. But there's a long way to go. 34 laps. See. It's all starting to calm down now at the front. Kevin Slice is slightly getting gapped by Janator, but the fastest lap is set in this race. 107.9 I think it was from Mizzy, as predicted. Very, very fast, as there's some side-by-side action with the AlphaTauri of Atom, and does get past Leo in the end, and that invites Alfie to get past too. That is a great battle as Alfie going for a double move down the inside. Alfie goes. Alfie, what a move. And he is still in this, and he's still got the hunger to get more in this race. Nicer does it for Alfie. DRS is now enabled, of course, and Atom isn't going to fight that one back as Alfie. That is a fantastic move.
Spin there for Devil.
Ooh.
Managed to keep it on track though.
Don't think they'll be still in the points. I could be wrong. P10 have just held on and just behind Brodo, but those tyres will be raging on those cars. Very hot they will be. Unlucky for the McLaren, just struggling with grip on those medium compound in these early stages. Mizzy setting more fastest laps after fastest laps.
Chazza
As there's a freezing time penalty
looking for the move
already.
Epic Toast into the first corner. Round the outside, that's a lovely move from Chazza. Epic Toast has to cede the position. But in the slipstream, overtake enabled. Chazza with the DRS.
Wow.
Still going to get overtaken into turn 3. Nice clean racing from the 2 drivers.
This is crucial for P4. This could really change the podium spots if they get on with it now. Epic Toast does get back the position and is into P4. That is going to be a great battle for maybe the long run. This is going to go all the way to the line, I reckon. Great clean fighting from them 2 drivers. It's what I want to see in pre-season. These drivers here may be in contention for the podium spots. Carry on, get your head down, get your foot down, and let's do this. Podium places are on in this first tier 2 race.
Chazza will be looking for the move back on Epic Toast. I think it'll be tactical to wait till the next straight.
Maybe this fighting will actually just help the drivers ahead in the podium spots kind of get away, or will it not? Or will it help each other just trying to get DRS from one another?
Here we go.
Epic Toast has got said he does seem to have the straight line speed, even without DRS. It was on the last lap, he looked very strong, but DRS for Chazza did go around the outside, didn't really work for him, so it did mean he didn't have as much traction on exit. Unlucky. Chaz at that time stays behind for another lap.
Yeah, great racing between these two, as there is a pack in the midfield having a good battle as well.
Ooh, as I've just seen a spin from Atom, who has just dropped down to P13 by the looks of it. Oh, it's unlucky for Atom, just not gone well for him at all. Oh, there's a lot of spinners today. Maybe it's the tyre wear, maybe it's just lost downforce on setup. As Chazza is going to want to look to get the move done, but just stays behind. Those drivers are starting to have a comfortable gap now, just to keep each other in DRS. As Chris W is going to try and fight his teammate that is Alfie. Doesn't have a lot of ERS left.
Same orders at Mercedes. As Rebel Chazza and Epic Toast going side by side through turn 3.
As Epic Toast has just kept it around the outside. Look at the straight line speed Epic Toast has just to keep in touch with Rebel Chazza with DRS. But down the inside, Chazza has it. But Epic Toast, can he do anything about it into turn 6? Doesn't seem like he can. Chazza gets the move done on this lap, but this is going to go right down to the wire, I reckon. Both drivers swapping positions yet again. It's going to get interesting further down the race, as this is probably inviting Icky Robbo into the battle in the Haas. Let's just see how it pans out with drivers. Interesting battle for P4.
Yeah, great stuff so far. There's Epic Toast. There's a big snap there, and he's now out of DRS. He's got to use the overtake to try and stay in. I think he just will be coming up to the DRS line now, and he is.
Yeah, just braves the corner.
Robbo capitalising on that error from Epic Toast. DRS on the main straight. Gonna go around the outside. Epic Toast brakes late. Manages to keep in front.
I think Epic Toast will have DRS as well. Yes, he does. That is crucial for Epic Toast, and will probably keep him ahead easily. And gets him within DRS again of Chazza. He's going to want to catch up to Chazza a bit more in this next lap to keep in DRS range and just try and maintain P5 at least.
Coppercoin's gone for it.
Is that mistake?
On Leo Albert.
It's gone down well. Coppercoin gets the move done, but Coppercoin does have a 3 second time penalty, and that will go the way as no, Epic Toast has spun around at turn 8. Oh, that is unlucky for Epic Toast. There's still a long way to go now. Epic Toast, get your head held high and get yourself forward in this race. You have the pace. Let's see what you can do as that promotes Ritz Kiwi into P6. Those Alpines are looking good at the moment. P2 and P6 for the Alpine crew. Looking pretty comfortably in this race so far.
Yeah, fantastic drive from Mizzy so far. 6 tenths down to 6 seconds, down to 3 with the 3 second time penalty on the end. Let's see what he can do over 36 laps.
Good scrap here between
Mizzy.
Chris W, Coppercoin, and Epic Toast.
I think Mizzy spun.
Oh, it might have just been a little error. I think he'd have lost a bit more time. I don't know. Don't know what happened there, but Mizzy is into P2, and that promotes Generator into P1. Mizzy obviously does have a lot of pace, but maybe the consistency might let him down as Generator takes the lead.
Yeah. That makes it very much more interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Going forward, he is gaining a lot of time, is Mizzy. 2 attempts he's just gained. But on the straights, it just doesn't seem like he is catching up as much as he should be. As Kevin Slice gets a 3 second time penalty.
Alfie looking for the move on Kiwi on the straight.
As yes, he has got that done
before the braking zone.
Yeah. And he's going pretty pleased with that. Had an incident at the start on lap 2, I'm pretty sure it was. Now back into P6. Both of the Mercedes have had a decent race so far. Alfie recovering, and Chris W is up 8 positions. Looking good so far. Now the podium places are going to get interesting, especially for the win, as Mizzy has caught up about 6 tenths on the last lap. But Generator is holding tight. As there's a spinner there of Icky Robbo. That is not great for himself in the Haas. Was looking very good. Is now going to get involved with the battle for P7. Very close between all them drivers really. As Chris W is going to want to go down the inside at turn 9. Will he get that move done? Brave. Will Icky Robbo go on the outside? No, he doesn't. Now into turn 10. Is he going to get overtake? Oh, there's a collision there between Coppercoin and I'm pretty sure that was Epic Toast. Oh, that was tricky for them both. As there's another collision, I'm pretty sure, between Leo and Icky Robbo. This is gonna get this fight is gonna go right to the end.
This is getting very feisty on lap 10.
Icky Robbo is getting his elbows out and not letting anyone past like a brick wall. But
5 tenths behind Genator. See if we can get him on the next main straight.
Yeah, this is just that formidable force.
Keep a close eye on Chazza as well, 4 tenths behind Kevlar Slice.
Mizzy hooked all the time like a cowboy. Lassoed him closer, it's looked like. But Mizzy, it's just got so much pace round every corner. DRS enabled. Ooh, a bit of a snap there of oversteer. With that 3-second time penalty as well, if he does keep this close right to the end, which I'm not sure if it will. But that will obviously keep Genator in P1. Genator, he looks very strong actually so far, especially for P2 at least, with Mizzy very, very fast behind. And keeps him behind for another lap maybe. Maybe not. Yeah. Round the outside. This could be a great move from Mizzy. Now into turn 6. Easy move. Masterful move from Mizzy. Back into P1. Mizzy, what a move. Round the outside. Now went down the inside. In the next corner. Mizzy masterfully gets back into P1. Lovely move. Now just needs to keep it consistent. The pace needs to be there. Genator easily looking very good enough to get P2. No mistakes now and maybe even P1 if Mizzy does make another mistake going near the end. But lovely move from Mizzy, and that should probably keep him in the lead. Unless he does make a mistake, of course. Kevlar Slice is looking a bit wary on them tyres, but is in DRS of Rebel Chazza in the Williams. See what Kevlar Slice can do.
Chris W struggling to conserve his ERS. Has DRS though on Icky. Of course, Chris does have the 3-second time penalty. Right on board with Kevlar Slice.
Ooh, he's went way too late there, Chris W, and that's promoted Epic Toast into P7. Very, very, very late move from Chris W. Maybe just overstepped the braking zone, and that did hit Icky Robbo. Unluckily. That's a shame for Icky Robbo. We'll look to get back in it. It is only pre-season though, so there is no points for this race. Unlucky for Icky Robbo. Get back on it though, as this battle will go right down to the end. As Icky Robbo does get back through on Chris W and into P8. Gonna look to catch up on Epic Toast now. As I think Chris W, by the looks of it, has a bit of damage from that collision.
Second time penalty is into the pits.
Yeah, that front right end plate must have flew off. Now into the pits, Chris W is probably the right call. He is on the hards, which is unfortunate because that means he's got to now go on to the mediums. That might have messed up his strategy slightly, as they probably won't go to the end. It's unfortunate for Icky Robbo. As Kevlar Slice is getting very close to the back of Rebel Chazza. Been gaining on the last few laps. And he's looking pretty quick. He's got the pace to get that final podium place. Let's see. As they both got 3-second time penalties, so it won't matter anyway. Then the person in the top 6 who doesn't have a time penalty is Genator in P2. As Kevlar Slice gets another 3-second time penalty, oversteps his mark there at turn 8. Yeah, he can't be doing that there. Every day a week, that is a 3-second time penalty. Can't do nothing about that, as he's actually lost time really. Overstepping his marker, he's got DRS anyway. That will gain and gain on the straights. Trying to save probably a bit of VRS, 30%. He's in his locker. I think the strategy does matter. Around here, probably undercut is probably not as strong with the track being as short. So a lap difference probably won't matter as much. Yeah, definitely going to get interesting.
Icky and Epic Toast. Is Icky going to go for the dive bump? He stays behind for the next straight with DRS. Overtake on, DRS enabled. Nice and easy. Around the outside, but Epic Toast putting up a fight. Going to go side by side. We know what can happen around this corner, but they've kept it clean. Who's going to come out in front? It's still side by side. Icky Robbo makes the move on Epic Toast. Great racing from the two of them.
Nice clean racing again there. Epic Toast. Yeah, that was just brilliantly kept it in there, trying to defend that place. But Icky Robbo does have the pace and is through. As I think Icky Robbo is coming to the pit lane now. As he does. Icky Robbo into the pit lane as just after he overtakes the driver of Epic Toast. But yeah, that was an absolutely clean move. Another great clean battle there between them, as Kevin Slice is very close to the back of Rebel Chazza. He has got a lot of VRS saved up. And Kevin Slice doesn't go down the inside on this occasion. Probably, if he keeps this gap, easily through on the next lap. But it will fade away slightly at the end of sector 2, I reckon. As you probably can't keep that close. Pretty impossible. But Kevin Slice is going to want to get his move done as soon as he can. It's probably just affecting him. Probably clean air would do better for him, as I think Rebel Chazza is coming to. As Mizzy has DNF from the race.
I think that's in the pits. It is in the pits.
Sure. There will be no safety car.
Generator again into P1.
Generator is into the lead and very comfortably. I've got to say, Kevin Slice is into P2, but that is with the pit stop of Rebel Chazza.
Did not expect that. Confusion in the chat as well as here. We'll wait for a response from Mizzy to see what happened there.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. But Kevin Slice is into P2 with Rebel Chazza, his main competitor, who has pitted in P5. I've got to say, Alpine are winning a very nice race in P1 and P4. Generator is looking very strong on these drivers and looking very good.
Yeah, Mizzy has to go, unfortunately. Could only do 15 or so laps. But he's showcased his pace that he does have. Definitely could be a tier 1 worthy driver. As it's your boy Alfie overtakes Generator in the pits.
As Kevin Slice is into the pit lane, we're going to have to see how this pans out on the straight, and if Rebel Chazza has done the right move and pitting beforehand. We're going to have to see into turn 1. Does Kevin Slice come out on top? As I said, the undercut isn't that effective round here, and Kevin Slice is past Rebel Chazza and into P3. Nicely does it. What a strategy call. As I said, the undercut is not effective at all round here, as it's a lot shorter track. The tyres need heating up for a lot longer. Rebel Chazza will gain a lot more since those hards are probably a lot heated up into the regular regulating range. But yeah, it's a shame for Rebel Chazza. As everyone starts to gap out a bit, but Brodo NL in the Red Bull is going to go down the inside of Coppercoin to get that final point position. They're both on 16 time penalties, so it won't affect any of them. But Leo is going to want to get Coppercoin as well. But nice does it for Brodo NL into P10 at this moment. Nice does it. As Rebel Chazza has caught up to the back of Kevin Slice, he must have really struggled heating those tyres up. But on this next straight, he went a bit wide there, a bit deep into the corner. His Rebel Chaser, that has probably lost him a bit on the straights. But doesn't get the move done on this occasion now.
Ooh,
into the next
that's very late.
Big
Big
dive bomb.
Good awareness to avoid the damage and contact there, but that was pretty naughty from Chaz, I've got to say. He made it work, but that could be a report waiting to happen.
Yeah, that's a very, very late move there. Barely hits the apex as he lets him back through. Yeah, that is fair from Rebel Chaser. It's good sportsmanship there from Rebel Chaser, as you think he knows that was a very late move. Fair enough for Rebel Chaser, let him back through and see if we can get him on the next lap.
I think they both avoided damage as well, so that was good sportsmanship, as you say, from Rebel Chaser.
Alfie must be going for a very, very late strategy to try and save Tyway near the end. Probably a good one, actually, especially with Kevin Slice and Rebel Chaser battling. Probably a good call from Alfie. Stay out for as long as possible and try and get better.
Brodo's off. Is that a spin?
Oh, that's not great for Bodo, and I think that's just going to take it away from his point scoring places. Obviously, there is no point scoring today, as it is only pre-season, but shame for Brodo in the Red Bull, but Chaser can't get past on this occasion. Seems that the pit stops, the grid has started to slow down on the overtakes a bit more, apart from Atom, Coppercoin and Leo, who are looking very, very close. Icky Robbo and Rix Kiwi are having a great old battle in P5 from CP6 score, as Icky Robbo is through into P5, but Coppercoin, Leo and Atom taken away for the final P10 position in the top 10. It's just going to be quite hard for Leo to get past, especially with a bit of a DRS trade form. He gets very close to the back of Coppercoin there, but just can't make it done. Rebel Chaser is very close to the back of Kev Slice. He needs to get a good exit from turn 1. Probably could have been a bit better and a bit cleaner, but this will make him a lot closer, especially going into turn 4 and turn 5. Yes, as you see, a lot later on the brakes, but actually just, yeah, it's a very, very poor exit from Rebel Chaser, and it'll keep him behind for another lap. Kevin Slice is comfortably sitting in P3, but with an extra 3 second time penalty. Genator is catching Alfie. Obviously Alfie hasn't pitted yet, so Genator's tyres will be a lot more fresh and a lot more useful.
Kevin Slice went offline a bit there, smashed the braking board as Alfie's in the pits.
Let's see where Alfie comes out. It's going to get interesting. As probably out in P5, I imagine, or P4. Yes, P4 it will be for Alfie. That's probably a good strategy call. That takes him out right behind the battle between Chaser and Kev the Slice. We've seen Chaser struggle with traction on exit of turn 3. Let's see if he can get a better exit this time. It just does seem that Kev Slice is a better line. Just gets the traction on exit, gains him an extra 10th or 2, and just keeps him ahead. There's a lot of banter in chat. I agree with him. Kev does take interesting lines, but he just seems to just be working for him. Definitely, at the moment, keeps him ahead, and he's looking strong in P2 at the moment. Of course, with the DNF from Mizzy, Mizzy had to go. Does promote Kevin Slice and Chaser into podium places in pre-season, of course.
Got to say, it's been very interesting for the first Tier 2 race. As you say, no points awarded, but it's great to see all the drivers' pace.
We've had a lot of clean battles as well.
Good to see.
Yeah, it is very good to see. Unfortunately for some drivers, DNF today, and DSQ did the Haas, which is unlucky, as it was just an incident. Didn't deserve DSQ, but it's the game and can't do much about it. But as we say yet again, Rebel Chaser cannot get close enough with Alfie encountering Rebel Chaser and gonna want to take it away from both of them. Chaser just doesn't seem to be getting the lines right, it seems, out of turn 3 and turn 5 too.
Yeah, this battle is increasing the lead for Generator now to practically 16 seconds, nearly a pit stop gap. So we'll have to see if he does want that fastest lap. I'm sure he won't though, as there's no points. I want to claim the victory on the first race in Tier 2 as Alfie. Going to go for the move here, he's going to wait for the second straight. He does wait for the second straight. Smart stuff.
Yeah, it's looking very strong for Alfie on these mediums. He's probably done the right strategy call as well.
We move here. Chaser looks for the switchback.
As Alfie is very, very close to the back of Chaser. But he just sees Chaser has a straight line speed. Just gets away from him. But yeah, Chaser yet again we see not close enough to make a move. And really challenge Kevin Slice. As Generator is very comfortably in P1 at the moment. 16 seconds is the gap, with no penalties of course. Probably could get a lap in to get the fastest lap at the end on the softs. But yeah, this is very close between Chaser, Alfie and Kevin Slice. As Alfie has had a better exit on turn 10. Alfie is easily got the move done on Chaser on the first straight of the lap of course. Then Alfie, DRS on the second straight. Can Alfie make him another move? 2 moves in 2 corners. What a move from Alfie. 2 into P2 from P4. Like that, Alfie has made it look easy, simple, and shown them how it's done. P2 for Alfie, what a great recovery it has been. Now he just needs to start off with it, see if he can get them out of DRS and stop hooking them along. As Chaser has seemed to have lost quite a lot of time to Kevin Slice. Probably a bit of an error there, but
Atom.
Yeah.
Going to move here on Epic Toast, DRS open. Epic Toast though seems to have great straight line speed.
Yeah, Epic Toast, we've seen him for quite a while now. He's got very good straight line speed as Leo makes a move on Copper Coin. I see some time penalties for speed in the pit lane. I think that's Chaser in the pit lane. Oh no, it's not. It's Kevin Slice. As Kevin Slice has lost a front wing end plate and is going to be changing front wings. Going to the end, that promotes Ritz Kiwi and Nicky Robbo into P4 and P5.
Wing change.
But
Kevin Slice
we'll be on a lot fresher tyres going to the end. Let's see what strategy's like.
battle here though.
Well, Kevin Slice and how it works out. Here we go then, Epic Toast. He's going to want to get a move done on Atom. Ooh, he's going to go around the outside. He's going to try it anyway. Probably a switchback is the best move to do here. Tries to get a better exit, it seems, going into turn 4.
We've seen Epic Toast straight line speed though. Oh, there's contact between the two.
I'm going to think that's Atom's fault. Moved very late to try and cover off the move of Epic Toast, and Epic Toast is through. Unlucky for both the drivers there. Atom just did move a bit too much there, and Epic Toast will not have liked that at all.
Into the pits, must have damage. It's not what Atom would have wanted.
Yeah, definitely not. It does seem like I think he did hit the wall on that straight. Unlucky for Atom. It is going to take him out of the top 10. Did see he does have quite a bit of pace though, got to say. There's his new front wing.
Within a second of Chaser.
Icky's had a great race so far, I've got to say. Great recovery and looking for a podium in pre-season, and looking good for Icky. And maybe Ritz Kiwi, if these two do battle, can follow along with them. Great old race from Ritz Kiwi too in P5. And Icky is just trying to snatch a bit of DRS and get within 1 second of Chazza.
Got down to 6/10. Can he make the move next lap? Unless Chazza makes an error on this one. I'll rather bother Chazza.
But Chazza isn't looking as quick as he was earlier on those hard compound. Icky is also on the hards, but I think pitted a lot later. But yeah, looking quick for Icky Robbo, and looking to get the podium place in our pre-season race. DRS enabled, of course, and Icky Robbo is going to want to gain as much as he can to get close to the back of Chazza on the second straight. He will of course have more DRS. Was Chazza big snap, and that's going to affect his exit. Now Robbo with the DRS, not using any overtake, which is interesting, but he's going to go round the outside. We've seen a lot of incidents here in real life. Chazza pushes him out wide there. That is very, very evil from Chazza there, and he does keep P3, but at what cost? That is unfortunate for Robbo, as he probably would have got past there with a better exit, bit like Hamilton and Albon, and that could have ended bad with a spinner of Robbo, but just back out in the end, just stay in and not cost any positions.
Yeah, great race from Kiwi so far, up 10 positions from the start. See where he can finish in this race. P5, solid result so far.
Yeah, Icky Robbo and Chazza have also had a great race too. Icky Robbo up 7 positions, Chazza up 6. Alpha, we've seen actually come back from, I think it was P11 he was in after the incident at the start, and he's now in P2. And Genator, just a smooth race. Nothing has challenged him really as soon as Mizzy had to go, but yeah, he's looking very, very quick for the season going ahead. Genator versus Mizzy, it seems, for next season, and we'll see going into that.
And Epic Toast back at it again, battling pretty much 1/10 is the distance between them. Now down to 3. See again if you can make the move next lap.
Now I've seen these two battle before. I'm pretty sure for the final podium place, so I think it was P4 actually. They were both very, very clean with it, and they had a very good battle last time. Let's see if we can do it again. Kevin Slice this time is behind with Epic Toast ahead. Let's see how this pans out then. I think it all got to do with the traction at turn 3 and how close they are going into turn 4. There's definitely some gun battles going on today, but DRS enabled for Kevin Slice, 2 tenths of the gap. He might get it done into turn 3, you know, down the inside, but it just does seem like Epic Toast is too fast on the straights for him. Now it's all about his exit in turn 3. It seems to be very good traction on exit for Kevin Slice. Doesn't get gapped at all really from Epic Toast. Kevin Slice is going down the inside very, very early and does get the move done. Nicely done for Kevin Slice into P6 on Epic Toast. Nicely does it, and that's another move, another position gained for the McLaren of Kevin Slice. Looking very strong between these two drivers, and I think it's going to be it all season long. Kevin Slice versus Epic Toast, very similar match in pace. Both of them just changed very on the strategy, but yeah, very good driving from the Ferrari of Epic Toast and the McLaren of Kevin Slice. Well positioned there. Always, maybe it's round 2 coming up with Chazza and Icky Robbo, and Icky Robbo is probably going to want to take no more chances with Chazza and just want to get past. He will obviously get the podium place anyway, with the time penalty of Chazza, which is 6 seconds, and will easily get past with penalties included. So it is looking like a podium on Tier 2 pre-season debut. But yeah, good battle. This is going to be, I'm guessing, from Icky Robbo and Robert Chazza. Coppercoin gets past Leo and is into P8. Nice as it for Coppercoin. But all our eyes are on Icky Robbo and Rebel Chazza. This is for the final podium place on the track, that is. But yeah, it's going to get interesting. And so far, Ben, who is your driver of the day so far?
So far, let's have a look at the position change. To be fair, Chazza has done a great race so far. Generator up into P1 after Mizzy left. But I think it's going to have to be Icky. 7 places gained into P4. We've seen some good battling from him so far. In the DRS of Chazza, can he put it into P3 or is he going to wait behind? As he does have that 6-second time penalty, does Chazza, so he's going to tactically stay behind without the threat of Kiwi behind. That could be a nice option.
Yeah, it's been a good race for both the Alpines today. P1 and P5, pretty pleased with that low B. And if Kiwi gets within I'm pretty sure if Kiwi gets within 3 seconds of Chazza at the end, he will get P4 as he gets another 3-second time penalty. So it won't matter now, it will have to be on track, I'm afraid, for him.
Yeah, good point in the chat there. Generator hasn't made any mistakes so far, it's been quite a consistent drive. That's Lord Bentner's drive of the day.
Yeah, it's a good recommendation. Very clean.
Let's see, much closer than he was before. Is Icky. Is he going to stay behind or is he going to make that move? 3 laps to go, including this one.
But yeah, looking very fast for Icky Robbo at the moment. I think he's just tactically staying behind just to try and just get it with penalties included. No track limits penalties for Icky Robbo today. 2 laps ago, he's looking very strong. And of course, Generator has been quick and consistent all race long. But yeah, looking good for Icky Robbo. DRS enabled yet again on another lap, getting very close to the back of Rebel Chazza. Stays behind again. I think that's the only option now for Icky Robbo. But yeah, maybe on the final lap, striker move on the Williams of Rebel Chazza.
Side by side into turn 3, Atom wins over Leo Albert in the Ferrari. Continues to charge, can he get Coppercoin into the next? Has to stay behind, but Coppercoin has gone a bit wide. Can Atom get the better exit and go for the move on Coppercoin into the next corner? He's got that move done as well. Fantastic double move there for Atom within the space of 3 or 4 corners. Good stuff, good stuff. Icky Robbo now going for the move on Chazza. He's waited so long to do this move. Side by side into turn 3 like we saw with the previous battle. And he's got it done.
Chaza has the IS on his next straight, but it just doesn't seem like he's close enough. But Ikiwabo has deserved that P3 and caught up well after the last incident. And yeah, nicely done for Ikiwabo. Well deserved, well earned into the podium places in pre-season. It's been a very interesting race in our first Tier 2 kind of taster today. We've seen Mizzy set some great pace, fastest by quite a long way in qualifying and got away in the race, but Genator with the consistency and willingness to keep it in P1. Alfie with a great comeback drive in P2, looking very good for him. But the final lap we are now on, and Genator is rounding out Sector 2 for the final time in this race. Very, very clean race for Genator. No mistakes really, and yeah, he's done a fantastic job to keep it in P1 for this time. The Alpine of Genator has been spectacular all race long. Done everything it can. This pre-season race, it is gonna go to Genator. Takes everything in pre-season. Genator P1. What a race for Genator in the Alpine. What a debut it has been for him. So consistent, no mistakes at all. Nothing has challenged him at all, especially when Mizzy left. But Alfie, a fantastic comeback drive for Alfie. Gets P2 in the end. That is definitely my drive of the day. Alfie today. Fantastic drive from Alfie. Iki Robbo is going to cross the line in P3. The final podium place. That's his personal best lap on the final lap too. Nicely done for Iki Robbo. He's deserved that by a mile. Chaza up 5 positions, done a spectacular job as well to keep P5, being a very good race for him too. Ritz Kiwi comes home in P5, up 10 positions in the race today. Very good race for Ritz Kiwi. With Kevin Slice in P6, Epic Toast just behind in P7, Atom crossing the line in P8, and the final 2 positions go to the Ferrari. But yeah, very interesting for Tier 2. It's going to be interesting to see how the season does shape out in the end. But yeah, well earned, definitely well earned from Genator. So consistent. He's going to be a real threat in the championship next season, and when we do get underway. But yeah, it's going to get interesting when we do travel to Silverstone in round 1. Yeah. See how Genator and Mizzy get on there.
Seen some great moves and some great battles from the Tier 2 drivers. First sights for what we'll see in the opening round and throughout the whole season. Hoping for more of that. Obviously less spins, but you know, you've got to get used to who you're racing against, and that's what pre-season is all about. Genator takes the victory in pre-season around Austria.
Yeah, very well earned for Genator.
There is the standings. And remember, to follow us all on socials. We'll be posting the highlights on TikTok, Instagram, and the race results on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. So make sure to follow us on there. You'll see on screen the handles. And I think we've got a couple interviews.
Yes, it seems like we have.
So, first of all, let's go to Alfie. P2 in the race. Never mind. We'll go to Genator, your winner today.
Oh wow, Genator, what a fantastic drive from you today. So consistent, not really any challenge thrown your way, especially when Mizzy went. But yeah, it's been spectacular from you. Gives us your thoughts on the race today.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, as soon as I think Mosey retired, I just built a big gap from the Mercedes, and I guess it just went really well from there. I didn't exceed track limits or anything, so I just drove really consistently. Yeah, and I guess that's all I really have to say. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a really good drive from you today.
Yeah, thanks.
Going into the next season, the tier 1 spot is what everyone's aiming for, but
Yeah.
especially for you, you're really a good challenger for them seats and maybe the full championship.
Yeah.
But yeah, going into Silverstone next week for the first round, give us your thoughts about Silverstone.
Yeah, it's a good track. I do struggle with Max and Beckett's quite a lot, and also Cops, but I think I'm fairly strong around Silverstone. Like, it is quite easy to invalidate around there as well, but we'll see, I guess. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it's been very consistent from you today. Showed us what you can do in pre-season and the true pace of your car. Consistency, no penalties, great battling.
Yeah.
Well done
Congratulations
today.
on the win.
Thank you for joining us.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
right, we will move on to Blobfish in the McLaren.
So, Blobfish wasn't exactly how the race wanted it to pan out for today. It is only pre-season, of course, but just give us your thoughts on the race.
Well, I think I didn't do very well. I didn't practice at all. I spent 5 minutes practicing. I didn't really have a good setup. I'm excited though for next season. I think I have got the skill to be top 5. And yeah.
Yeah, unlucky today. Didn't exactly go your way. But Silverstone is the first round, and gives your thoughts and feelings on that track.
Well, Silverstone is probably one of my best tracks. I like it a lot, and I spent a lot of time there because I am from Britain. So yeah, I think I'm like top 1,000. I don't know. So,
Yeah, good to hear. But going to next season, tier 1 is everyone's aim, especially for promotion. If you get a top 5 place, you've got a humongous chance of getting that. Thank you, Jones, today. Not all luck you wanted, but it is in the pre-season, of course, and we're excited to see you out next time.
Yeah, have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
We will move on to see if Alfie's back in the Mercedes. No, never mind. Every time I check in, it just keeps leaving. So we'll go to Copcoin in the Aston Martin.
Make sure to bring in Seth as well, please.
Yeah.
Coppercoin and Seth, we brought you both in as you are the Aston Martin boss as well. But we saw some great battling from you today, Coppercoin, in tier 2. But yeah, good race.
Thanks. It was alright. I had a few issues with that Ferrari though. He did spin me out at the start, and then he did push me to the gravel during the middle of the race. So I'll have to look back at my footage just to see exactly what happened there. But
yeah, shame there. But it is only pre-season, of course.
yeah, of course.
You did seem to have the pace over a few laps. Had some great battle in the end with the main midfield contenders. And easily going into Silverstone, you can bring a great fight to them. Going into Silverstone, what are your thoughts on that track?
I like the track. I'm alright. The Maggots and Beckett's can be a bit iffy for me sometimes, but as long as I keep my concentration, it should be fine.
Yeah, definitely. Did you have any issues during the race?
None except a few little battles with the Ferrari that got a bit rough, but other than that, no issues at all.
Yeah, good to hear. Pre-season, obviously no points, but saw you true passion out there and drive and overtaking. So great to see. Seth, you must be just give us your thoughts on what you saw in that race too.
Yeah, I'm extremely happy. I was watching it live on the stream, and I seen Coppercoin, and I think he struggled a little bit, but in the grand scheme of things, he did quite well actually. I'm quite proud of him. I'm unsure of what happened to 7BC. he didn't seem to have a great qualifying, and then he seemed to be struggling quite a lot in the race. So we'll debrief him and we'll try and cover what happened. But apart from that, Coppercoin did an excellent job in pre-season and on to Silverstone.
Yeah, definitely moving forward with the team as well. You are the tier 1 driver for Aston Martin 2, so you know what it takes. But just give us your thoughts of what are your long-term goals at Aston Martin in tier 2.
Well, I'd like to say, to get to the top, but, that I feel like that's unrealistic as of now. But, hopefully, I think we can definitely make it up the constructors, definitely maybe get, top 5, definitely on the list, definitely achievable. And, it's going to really be now working with Coppercoin to try and, get those positions back and, as we've seen, he's able to fight for points, so definitely doable.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much for joining us today. Going to round 1, I wish you the best of luck, and we'll see you next week. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
See ya.
No problem.
Right, let's try Alfie one more time. Nope, not working.
Must see having issues. I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah,
I'll try and sort out for next time.
epic toast on Ferrari.
Epic toast. You've been great to watch today, actually. At one point, you was battling for P4, and it would have been net P3. But yeah, great battling today. Just get your thoughts on the race.
Thank you. The reason I dropped from P4 is I hit a curb I shouldn't have hit when I was doing practicing, and I hit throttle too early and I lost it. So, but oh well. I liked the race. I thought it was good. I don't know what to say. It wasn't really anything interesting that happened. It was quite lonely. Right at the end, I was pushing those 20-lap-old hard tyres, like driving on an ice rink, to keep the slicers through a penalty range so I could get P6. In the end, I didn't, which is sad. But hopefully, when it gets into the actual season, the qualifying looks close and the racing looked clean and very close. So it should be fun racing for the season.
Yeah, definitely. You and Kev the Slice having some great battles at one point. So maybe that is your main battle for next season.
Yeah, maybe.
Go into it. But yeah, you looked very strong today, actually. On the overtaking as well. Just unlucky
had a
not
good
to get
start.
higher up.
Did a send on my teammate into turn 1, which miraculously both of us made it out of.
Fair enough. And what's your thoughts on Silverstone as well, going to round 1?
Home track. I really like it. I went there last year in real life. But I don't know if I'm going to be fast or not around there. I still need to do some practicing around there a bit more. Hopefully, it's a similar story to this, minus the spin, so I can fight for podium potentially as well.
Yeah, great to watch you today. Obviously, the main spots in the championship will be mainly the top 5 to get promoted into tier 1, and I definitely have the talent to get there.
I'm going to fight for 4th or 5th, maybe with Kev the Slice and potentially one other. There may have been someone who had an incident that was as quick as us. Couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
Maybe the Harry of, I don't know his name, Atted, whatever his name was. I remember it.
Yeah.
He was pretty fast.
Yeah, it looks very good in the midfield, very, very close in qualifying.
Robo is also a very good driver. I was having some good battles with him until he went off turn 3.
Yeah, definitely.
By him getting hit.
It was a very good race from you.
Thank you.
We'll finish up this interview, and thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you in round 1, and wish you the best of luck.
Yep, cheers.
See you next race. See ya.
Yeah.
Right, Joe BMX, and then we'll have to move into the interview waiting room, Alex, for Alfie.
Okay.
Joe BMX for McLaren.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hi. It's been a great race for me, I would say, actually, in pre-season. P6.
Yeah, it could have been better, to be honest, because it was like midway through I crashed because you saw me. I had to box for a new front wing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was turn 7, I think. I was just on the curb and I just went, so that was a bit annoying.
Shame. You was fighting for, I think it was P4.
Podium. Yeah.
Podium, yeah. It was going to be in that podium with Epic Toast.
DNF'd. Yeah, it was Epic Toast.
But you had a great battle with him, and I think that is definitely going into the season probably one of your main rivals. You had a great battle all race long, and you looked very, very strong.
me and Epic Toast know each other in real life, so it's going to be a big rivalry like that as well. So that'll be quite interesting. But it was after I got a 6 second time penalty, and he was on a 3 second time penalty, and we was exactly like 3 seconds apart. So for the past 5 laps, it was like really difficult to try and keep that 3 second gap, or he would get ahead of me. But yeah, like you said, it is only pre-season, isn't it? So yeah, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely showed your pace today. And on the first round, Silverstone, just give your thoughts on that circuit.
Oh yeah, honestly, it's one of my favorite tracks. To be honest, I feel like I'm really good at it. I've got like a perfected preset up for it every single time I race there. So hopefully, I'll be fighting for the podiums and being on a good front foot for the season. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully, long term, you will get promoted into Tier 1 as the prize. And you've had a great race today. And thank you for joining us and wish you the best of luck in round 1.
Yep,
Yeah, all
cheers.
good, mate. Cheers.
Thank you.
Right,
Cheers,
let's
Will.
join the interview waiting room. Alfie,
2 seconds.
Right, hopefully this works now. But
Hello, can you hear me?
yeah, first of all, well done, I would say very good race from you. Give your thoughts.
Well, lap 1, I spun and I thought, oh, this is gonna go either 2 ways. 1, it's gonna get even worse, or 2, I just stick in and just try and see the result. That obviously happened, and the strategy was good. Decided to do the opposite of what everyone else did, and yeah, it paid off.
Yeah, it was definitely a very good battle. I think in the long term, this season, you could definitely fight for a win. But yeah, very strong comeback, and my driver of the day too. So congratulations on that. But round 1, Silverstone, just give your thoughts on that circuit.
Silverstone, yeah, it's a decent track. Plenty of opportunities to overtake and some fast corners that you can either spin or gain a lot of time from. And yeah, just have to see what unfolds there. Feeling pretty confident for Silverstone.
Yeah, summed that all well. Very good pre-season from you. Showed us what you can do. Tier 1 is definitely the goal for you, and you can definitely smash that. In the long term, congratulations on P2 today in pre-season.
and the fastest lap.
But good luck going into round 1, and thank you for joining us.
Well done.
No problem.
Right, that'll be it then for the pre-season testing for the first race in Tier 2 around Austria. Thank you all for joining. I think we peaked at 18 or 19 viewers, so thank you very much for that. We hope to carry that on throughout the season, as well as in Tier 1 as well. Next stream for Tier 1 will be Wednesday, and round 1 for Tier 2 will be next Friday. So thank you all for joining, and we will see you all for the next race.
See you later.